Clock, so the time flies.
Yeah.
Another one. What the dog doing?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Inside Berm podcast. I am your host, Jake Keel, the Monstar himself, and it's race week. It's finally race week here in the state of Oklahoma for the Southern Oklahoma Speedway. That's coming this weekend, and I'm going to go ahead and get this out of the way, and we'll talk a little bit more later, but opening night this Saturday night, March 9th, gates open at 5 o'clock, racing at 7. 13, ages 13 and up are $15, 12 and up, or 12 and under are 10. Seniors are $10, and under 5 are always free. Pit passes $30. It's going to be a great weekend of racing. We're going to get a little bit deeper into it, but there is the poster right there, and we'd love to see you in Ardmore, Oklahoma at Southern Oklahoma Speedway. As mentioned, I am your host, Jake Keel, and I am very happy to be coming to you live this week. It's been a very crazy week in the world of motorsports. Want to thank a subscriber for the new podcast microphone. Thank you for supporting the podcast and being able to get me this brand new microphone that is a big update from what I've been using. But yeah, it's been a crazy week, and I'm excited to get started. Let's get some sponsorship stuff out of the way as I'm pulling up a few of my notes right this second. As always, Jake's Dad Carbs, give them a call, 405-640-6862 for all your micro carb needs. Spinebuster brand, it's happening this week. I've got a big announcement that I will be making today on Spinebuster brand, all of that. There's going to be a great design that's dropping this week on our Etsy shop at Spinebuster. I will be bringing that up here in a few moments. But want to give a shout out to Victory Fuel. Finally got mine in, and it's been great for me. I've been starting back up at the gym, and I've really been enjoying the Victory Fuel. It has your daily dose of vitamins and electrolytes. It's kid friendly with no artificial coloring, no coloring at all. It's a clear drink. It has low sugar and it's caffeine free. So when you want to fuel your victory, there's only one Victory Fuel flavored electrolyte water. So grab yours now. I'm going to be sipping on mine during the podcast today, but let's get down to it. So we've been alluding to it. We've been talking about it. Last week, most of the podcast was about it. ASCS has been bought by WRG. It happened. It was Friday. We finally got the all clear on that, and the announcement was made that the World Racing Group had bought the ASCS division, and now it's kind of like what next? What's going to happen now? We're there's a lot of moving parts, but it seems like the season will start very, very soon. And there was mention that the schedule will be moved around a little bit, but from what I can tell and from what it said in the initial announcement, season starts March 15th, RPM Speedway in Texas, for the ASCS Spring Nationals. That's in Crandall, Texas. And that is a co-op between the national division and the Gulf South region. Very excited for ASCS to stick around. It seems like WRG is doing exactly what I thought we were going to see from them. And that is they're going to keep it as kind of a feeder system to the World of Outlaws and kind of have their own 360 series. It's going to be very interesting in what happens next, because the man that was running the ASCS, Terry Maddox, also runs Now 600. Now 600's already started the year. I believe nothing's going to change there, but you never know what's going to happen next. But it's very exciting that ASCS will continue. For those, excuse me, for those wondering, you will be able to see all the American Sprint Car Series racing on Dirt Vision. This is a monumental thing that's happened. It's really been owned by the Hans since its inception in 1992. So a 30-year-old race series is really taking over its newest owner for the first time. And I think that the World Racing Group, the Outlaws, will really take this series to a new level. You can't beat what's going on with the Outlaws, with the 410 World, with the High Limit Series. It's just a whole different level, and to be able to tap into those resources that WRG has, it should be a really good thing for ASCS. They said in the tour, or in the official announcement, that there are going to be a little more than 40 races this year, including the 360 Knoxville Nationals, which I believe will be sanctioned from the looks of it by ASCS. It's great. I'm very excited about this. Brian Carter said that, Emmett and his family have created something special. And they all agree how important it is to ensure the success of the ASCS and larger scope of the sport. This makes me feel good about what's going on here. I think with what the World Racing Group has said so far, it's going to be in very good hands. And I was worried. But I mean, there's still a lot to be said. There's still a lot to be done, and we'll see what happens. But regional racing is very important to ASCS, and I'm excited to see what happens with the series from here on out. Let's get to the comments. Red, yeah, I would love to see SOS on the lineup for ASCS. Longdale would be great too. I know they're going to be at Red Dirt Raceway. At least they were on the schedule, and I don't see that changing much. But yeah, I'm very excited for that. Yeah, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if High Limits had a 360 series, but I think that's a long ways away. I think they need to. I think they need to get their own bearings going. Red, all of these series will let a 360 car go race with them. I've seen it before. Usually it doesn't end well, but it's a payday for some of these 360 guys to get a good check at the end of the night. But yeah, they will go run 360s with some of these. I've seen it a lot, and I've seen it, all through Oklahoma. Wouldn't be surprised if that continues. Another thing, if you are going to SOS tonight, Southern Oklahoma Speedway, tonight is practice night. Good luck to everybody that is going out there tonight. Wish I could be there. I'm 2.5 hours away from Ardmore, where I live, and I'll be there on Saturday. I'll be there pretty early on Saturday to see everybody, and really excited to get back. But it really is good. Victory Fuel. I'm not just saying that because I'm sponsored by them, but it really is good. It's great. It's got a taste that quenches your thirst, but also doesn't hit you in the mouth with flavor. It's got just the right amount of flavor to it. It's really good. And I use it usually after I go to the gym. So really great. Red Dirt Raceway had its first big car event of the year this past weekend with the 7th annual Spring Nationals. They had 2 nights, able to get both nights in. You saw guys like Robert Elliott pick up the win in sport mods. It looks like factory stocks went to Race Elliott. Tuners, Dylan Whitley, Turf Tire Micros, Luke Anderson, and Tanner Kahn picks up the OCRS Sprint Car event. And I heard it was a very good race for the sprint cars. I have not got to see the highlights and such yet, but anytime the OCRS is on track, it's a pretty great show. If you haven't seen the OCRS, the Oil Capital Racing Series, I'd love for you to go down there. Sport Mod's second night, Lee Horkey picking up the win, holding off Robert Elliott. That's pretty strong stuff there. Robert Elliott is tough to beat at Meeker there at Red Dirt Raceway, so it's good to see that. Race Elliott picking up the factory stocks. Connor Brownlee winning the tuner division. There's talk that a inside berm tuner may happen. We'll talk a little bit more about that as the year goes on. Luke Anderson picking up turf tire micros. And then OCRS, Johnny Kent picking up the win over Danny Smith, Joe Bob Lee, Danny Wood, and Jeremy Hewish. Man, that, like I said, the OCRS never disappoints. I've never seen that series disappoint. It's always great racing. I really, really enjoy going and seeing them. It's kind of crazy to look at this. The guy that won the feature the night before, Tanner Kahn, having to come out of the B feature to make it into the A. So pretty great. Some other big news that I saw earlier this week, or I believe yesterday, Red Dirt Raceway went live, and it looked like Tanner Thorson was testing the 410 sprint car over there at Red Dirt to get ready for the High Limit Series later this year, actually next month. So really interested to see, how that test session worked. That's all I really saw. It looked like he was out there turning a few laps, maybe just trying to get some new stuff going. Tanner does live in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, so not too far away from Red Dirt Raceway, and might as well run it on one of those tracks that you're gonna be racing at. I'm gonna adjust my camera just a little bit there, get that nice Steve Kinzer hat. Justin Condon, let's talk. There's always a way to do it. I'm talking about physically owned by Inside Berm, a tuner. We're gonna see what's going on, but let's talk a little bit about what's going on in the world of racing. Donnie Schatz picking up his 500th career sprint car feature win. I believe that was I believe he's in the 300s as far as just the World of Outlaws are concerned, but 500 wins, man, that's insane. That's a level of dominance through your entire career that is just unmatched. And I know a lot of people are ready to see Don, are happy that he's not, really dominating like he did, but you got to give it to him. The guy picked up the ball and ran with it, and he's one of the greatest to ever drive a sprint car. He's one of those guys that can still win at a high level, and he's been around for a long time. And, he's been racing sprint cars for as long as I've been alive. I'm 34 this year. And, so congrats to Don. I'm glad that Donnie Schatz picked up the win, finally hitting that 500. And it's another night showcasing, what we're going to be seeing from the Outlaws, I think. You got guys like Sheldon Hodenshield, Carson Macedo, David Gravel, Gio Scelzi up there running up front, Logan Schuchart, Corey Day. Let's talk about Corey Day real quick. If you're not watching Corey Day wheel a sprint car, then you're not living right now, because that guy's going to be the face of sprint car racing here in a few years. And you can put it down right now. That's guaranteed. He is going to be the face of sprint car racing, or he's going to be in NASCAR. He's the next Kyle Larson. The kid races like Kyle Larson. He can get into anything and win. He won a Chili Bowl preliminary night on a motor that is older than him. Let that sink in a little bit. A motor older than Corey Day was the one that he took to a win at the Chili Bowl. So keep an eye out on Corey Day. David Gravel. I would love to see Gravel finally pick up the championship And, all signs are pointing to it right now. He's got a 10-point lead over Gio Scelzi, but Gio Scelzi, man, Gio's really fast right now. The crazy thing is Tyler Courtney's in 4th in points, and, he's only got 4 starts. It's unbelievable. This is actually old. They don't have the points updated. That's why. So scratch that part. Yes, Red, go watch Corey Day. He's one of those guys that I think you could put in anything and he's going to win. So that's where I'm at with him. All right. Back to what we had on the docket today. Southern Oklahoma Speedway is opening up this weekend. IMCA Modifieds, IMCA Stock Cars, Sport Mods, hobby and factory stocks with the Eco Mods out there. Corey Day, yep, he is a beast. Just one second. We got another comment on our last topic. Yes, he is committed to the full time with the high limits. He is not running every race, but he has already been so good this year that he's in the top 10 in World of Outlaws points, and he hasn't even ran all of their shows. So Sunshine is one of those guys that I'm watching closely this entire year. He is very fast early on, and I'm very excited about what Sunshine is doing. Southern Oklahoma Speedway, we're getting started down there. It's going to be a really fun weekend. The track, as always, big, wide, and fast. You're going to have a lot of really great racing down there. If you cannot watch it live, hit up IMCA TV, and you'll be able to watch it on streaming. Excuse me, sorry, pressed the wrong button there. But I'm very excited to be back at Ardmore, and as always, I'm just so gracious for what the webs are giving me over there, and I'm proud to join back up with the SOS family. That being said, if you're not at Southern Oklahoma Speedway this weekend, you're missing out. If you've never been to SOS, it's a great racetrack, always great racing, and now is the time to go and see Southern Oklahoma Speedway, and then come back as many times as you want this year, but make sure and support that high limit series whenever they come through, because the more that we support these big events coming through, the more we're going to get, guys. That's just how you grow the sport. If we pack out the stands at Southern Oklahoma Speedway and Red Dirt Raceway, they're going to come back. They're going to be on the schedule. And the promoters will be happy. The fans will be happy. And so will the drivers. The drivers loved both tracks when they came through with the All-Stars. And it's the perfect opportunity to, get it going over there. One moment. Sorry about that, guys. I've been fighting a cold, fighting allergies, something. But one moment. But we could talk about. So let me look that up. I don't have any knowledge on this. Justin, do you have any information on this? I had not seen this. Abbey and Smith rivalry. The Abbeys are always someone to look at in those IMCA stock cars, and they are great at Southern Oklahoma Speedway. They are fast. Let me pull up Kennedale and see what I can find on Kennedale there, Justin, because you stopped me. I haven't seen any of this. Is this new, or is this kind of old stuff? because I want to say I've seen that before. But I haven't really seen much of that before. And don't forget, Kennedale KSP is having the World of Outlaws there this week, I think. Yeah, the 9th. So Saturday night is the World of Outlaws at Kennedale. So if they've got an issue, they need to fix that real quick. But like I said, haven't seen anything about that. So I can't really speak on that. Just 1 second. Sorry for the low point in the show, guys. I'm looking up information on this, trying to see if I can find anything. The ASCS Elite were there last week. That was a great show for them. They had some really good racing, but yeah, until I get some information, I have no clue. I had read that during the sprint car race they had this past weekend, a driver had gotten into a nasty wreck. Man, if anybody can send me information on this, I'd love to talk about it, but I haven't personally seen any of this. So like I said, I'm looking it up and can't really find anything. Are we talking about the IMCA modified that got in a wreck? I did see something about a modified, but I didn't see anything with sprint car. Yeah, so I think I'm finding it now. David Montgomery. Let's talk about it. If this is indeed something that happened, sorry guys, I'm pulling this stuff up. Yeah, so it looks like a sport mod maybe had a real bad wreck. From the picture, it looks really bad. And yeah, I'm seeing a GoFundMe here. So yeah, let's talk about it. David Montgomery getting in a really bad accident. Looks like he was self-employed. Guys, go donate to this GoFundMe. I'm going to put the link over here in the comments. If you can donate money to this, I'll send you a free sticker. Just show me that you've donated to it, and let's get his medical bills paid, because it looks like he's self-employed and has a fracture in his spine in 3 places and has a fractured sternum. I don't want to speculate. I don't want to speculate about what happened, because from what I'm looking, we need to talk about the elephant in the room, or should I say at the track. One moment. I'm reading this, guys, so bear with me here. So they have volunteers, is what I'm reading from here. Yeah, so let's talk about it. If you were at a racetrack and you don't have an EMT, have live EMTs and an ambulance, you don't race. Literally don't race. If you pull into a track and they do not have medical personnel ready to go, don't race. I can't speak on what exactly happened here at KSP, but the track does not have your needs in mind here. They don't care if they don't have that kind of personnel there. And yes, now I'm not saying that if there's no ambulance, then don't be there. But if they have trained EMTs, we're good. They can and I've been there whenever they've had to get the ambulance there. It gets there pretty quick. But if they have no medical personnel, then leave. Pack up your stuff, ask for your money back, and leave. We are at a point where safety when we get into a race car is our number one priority. And so if a track does not have at least trained EMTs, they're ready to help, then there's no reason for you to race. Do not race at that track, and do not go back until they have that. It's stupid to even risk it anymore. There's enough things that we have to worry about in this world that it shouldn't be that we have to worry about our own safety whenever we're going out to do something that we love. Things happen. Things do happen, and that I understand. But we have to be able to have, the track has to have their driver's best interest in mind. And if they don't have EMTs there, at the very least, what happens if something happens in the stands? I've been there at a track when something has happened to a fan in the stands, and they needed an EMT. They needed an ambulance, and luckily they were there. But come on, if this is true, if they seriously didn't have anybody there, just some volunteers that would help but weren't EMT trained, leave the track. Yeah, Justin, I'm saying it as a bare minimum. I would much rather have an ambulance there. But EMTs, let's make sure that there's at least EMTs. Dirt clod to the face. Yeah. Red, whenever I was young, my parents were at the fairgrounds in Oklahoma City. My mom got hit with a bolt that came off of a car. Like, things happen. Luckily, most tracks have a ambulance, and almost all tracks have EMTs on site. I hate that we even have to talk about this. I hate that we even have to talk about it. But like I said, I've linked the GoFundMe for this gentleman. Let's go pay his bills. You give me you show me that you helped pay his bills. I'm going to send you some Inside Berm stickers and some other things, some cool things that I've got in the works, because I want you to I want this guy to be okay, and I want him to not have to pay a dime. All right. The ASCS Gulf South region. I was just talking about you guys. I'm excited that y'all are getting started. I'm so excited that y'all are coming back. I hope I can catch one of y'all's races. I'm located in Oklahoma. If y'all get anywhere close to me, I'm going to try to make it down there. But that's exciting, man. RPM, going to be a great weekend for you guys. I'm excited that ASCS lives in the Gulf South region, is going to live. But let's talk on my final point today. NASCAR might be getting a new manufacturer. I'm very excited about this, and I'm 100% for this. We need more manufacturers in the sport. We need I appreciate that. When is the date for RPM again? I have to look at that. That was I just saw it. Why can I not find it now? RPM. Where's the schedule? There it is. So, yes, March 15th and March 16th. Unfortunately, I will be working Southern Oklahoma Speedway next weekend, but I'm going to take a look at the Gulf South region schedule. I'd love to make it out there, but I will be announcing, and I can't miss my dates that I announce. I've already, given them notice that I'll be there. So, but back to what I was saying, NASCAR, Honda is entering the sport. Supposedly, it's coming in 20. I would love to see the Gulf South Series come to SOS. I would love that. So the big rumor right now is that Honda is coming to NASCAR. NASCAR is desperately in need of more manufacturers. There's almost always been at least four manufacturers my entire life. And then Dodge pulled out, and we've been down to three. And this is very exciting because Honda is a brand that cares about their motorsports. They care about, making fast race cars. They care about motorsports in general. And the big news this past week was that they announced they're pulling out of IndyCar. And they've been a long-time supporter of IndyCar. And now they're gone. And so what we're really seeing from here is that that they're leaving Indy to kind of work on a NASCAR program. And we've seen Honda kind of fitting into multiple motorsports, including dirt racing. We've seen Honda powered midgets this year. The last time we kind of got something like this was when Toyota joined NASCAR, and Toyota has been a great brand for NASCAR and a great ambassador to NASCAR. And I expect the same from Honda. Honda is a great manufacturer, and I think they will do well in NASCAR. The big rumor right now is that Stewart-Haas Racing is leaving Ford, and maybe that means they're going to be one of the flag bearers for Honda. I don't know. I would love to find out. I'd love to see what's going on there. But guys, that's really all I've got for right now. Thank you everyone for joining me. Go to drinkvictory.com, use code MONSTARPRO to get 10% off your total order. That includes, I do believe that includes merch, but get you some Victory Fuel. It's great. Hit up Southern Oklahoma Speedway this Saturday night under the lights in Ardmore, Oklahoma, the greatest show in the 580 Southern Oklahoma Speedway. And don't forget, our Patreon tiers are available. If you'd like to support the podcast, this is the easiest way to do it for as little as $5 a month. And finally, the big announcement that I've got here coming Friday to the Spinebuster brand Etsy shop. The first in a line of designs that is going to celebrate the history of racing in Oklahoma, especially Oklahoma City. The Fairgrounds Speedway t-shirt. I have been working closely with Shane Carson to get this going. We will have the home of the super modifieds, Fairgrounds Speedway, Oklahoma City t-shirts available. Guys, you're not going to want to miss these. These are fantastic. I'm so excited to be able to finally drop these. They are, once you order them on Etsy, we'll be able to ship them straight to you. Once we build up a good amount of orders, we're gonna get a physical stock to keep here, and be able to take to the racetrack. But you're not going to want to miss out on this t-shirt based on an old design from the covers of the programs at that time. Like I said, worked closely with Shane Carson on this, and I'm so excited to get this going and get these out there. And I will be dropping that link on Friday. But guys, that's all I got for you today. Thank you so much for interacting and joining me today, and love you guys. We'll see you next time.